Hey everyone, welcome in and welcome if you're new here. Today's reading is a pick a card message all about becoming that girl. Not in the aesthetic sense only, but in the deeper sense. The version of you who feels aligned, calm in her mind, powerful in her direction, and magnetic without trying. This is a reading for anyone who feels like they're in between versions of themselves right now. Like you can feel the upgrade coming, but you're still in that in-between space where the old habits, old identity, and old emotional patterns sometimes try to pull you back. In this reading, we're going to explore what your that girl version actually looks like in your energy, what she has already released, what she has stepped into, what changes when you embody her, and most importantly, what your next steps are to begin aligning with her in real life, not just in mindset. This is not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering the version of you that already exists underneath hesitation, overthinking, emotional loops, and inconsistency. The version of you who already knows how to move, decide, and create from alignment. We're going to break this down through 3 piles today. Take a slow breath and don't overthink it. The pile you feel most drawn to is usually the one reflecting your current identity shift the most clearly, even if you don't understand why yet. So take a moment, choose your pile, and let's get into your reading. Okay, hey pile 1, welcome in. So you're at a space right now in your life where you might be feeling a little unsure about your identity, who you are. Like in the past, you may have been like following trends and those helped you to embody yourself and your identity, but it's like the trends have gone out of fashion. So you're like, okay, I'm not doing that thing that I used to do. Who am I? Like, what actually helps me to remember my identity? You know, what I love, what I prioritize. You might feel like you remember who you are, but you're just kind of like going about the day to day. You might be younger or kind of at the start of your life, but you have triumphed twice. So becoming that girl for you right now, it's about becoming successful and about making things work for you in your life. I see you putting in the hours, maybe staying consistent to your workout routine, and I see your solar plexus chakra super active. You may have a 9 to 5 and you're like really showing up, really impressing everyone day to day, like not in the way where it's like, wow, look, this is so spectacular, but it's like you always get the job done perfectly. You may feel like there's that saying, and it's like, oh, my dream wardrobe is like in a tax bracket above me. I think that's how it goes. And it's like you feel like maybe you want to try Pilates, but it's too expensive, or you want to travel more, but you feel like you're quite restricted and you've got a limited amount of time every day for yourself. So you'll find those moments, you'll put a face mask on. Maybe you'll even play Constellate Subliminal, and you'll wind down and reconnect with yourself in those 30 minutes, in those 2 hours, making things work for you, even within constrictions. You want to travel, and I'm seeing that traveling will help you to like go through a metamorphosis, to shift into that girl, to shift into that version of you that you want to be. And there's not anything actually blocking you from this travel. It's more like your own mindset. Yeah, we've got the Chariot. Like Goddess wants you to travel so bad right now, and to just let go of everything, and to, maybe book a more luxurious resort than you would usually. Do things that align with the fact that every year you are 1 year older, and becoming that girl is a non negotiable. Whether it's a 5-day break or a 2-week break, I see that this will help you to replenish your energy. I'm seeing solo travel, but it may be with, a small group of girlfriends as well who may want to come with you. So this traveling, I think it can feel a bit like, if you travel, you might want it to be like a really big trip, which is a lot to build up for. And you might not be wanting to travel to places that are more local or just become more adventurous in your life. Like, if you want to travel, it would be good to adventure in your own neighborhood more and do the things that you would want to do traveling. So, let me give an example. Like, if you want to go to more national parks, maybe you can, like, when you travel, maybe you can go to your local forest, something like that. Or it's like tapping into the same energy, but just like where you are now and with what's possible now. And you can romanticize it like, yeah, it doesn't sound that fun to just go to the forest, but at a national park, you'll have like maybe you'll have a tour guide or something, like there'll be snacks there, like it will be aesthetic. You'll take photos. So like you're not just going to the forest, like you can pretend you're doing everything you want to do traveling, but where you are now. And like maybe when you travel, it would be good to have some days where you don't have anything on the itinerary and you don't have anything scheduled, and you can just decide, oh, I want to go grab a smoothie. I want to just do anything random. I don't have an authority telling me every single moment. And when you come back from this travel, you have this look in your eyes. Like, I know something you don't. I've discovered something within that you don't know. Like, that's what that look's gonna give. And it may even make people see you as an authority more. Maybe consider you for promotions because you working hard at your career. I think this will inspire people to, give you positive opportunities and positive experiences. I think part of you just wants to like quit your job and travel, though, which is something we didn't get into. Like you're maybe envisioning a different location, a different role, stuff like that, a different life for yourself. So let's go into that message. If this is going to happen, I see there being I was going to say a financial partner. I kind of sound like Shira Seven. I meant just a partner who might be helping you financially to make this happen if it's like a full-time thing. Wow. Like part of you does really, like even though you're so successful in your career, you really want to leave. You just want to run away. You want to quit with no notice. I think maybe just going on your healing journey. You want to travel to heal, low-key. Like you feel like by traveling, it will change something within you. It will heal something within you. It will awaken something within you. And just awakening that where you are now. Like if you feel like by traveling, you're going to go to the beach more, which will make you feel more feminine. Going on that journey of healing, like why don't you feel feminine as is? Even though going to the beach will help you. So let's get one final card about this. I'm hearing from your future self, Like if there's an upgrade that you're thinking of, especially when it comes to the accommodation or something, like if it's like there's one destination that's like, and there's another that's like, oh, it's a bit more expensive, but I want to do it. Your future self wants you to make the more expensive upgrade and to trust in your life and to trust in this, that like this thing that you would be investing a little extra for is going to help you to feel like that girl. Maybe it's having like something with a room service or some kind of transport or something where it just makes you feel like a queen rather than someone who's like on a backpacker, you know? So if there's one option that's like, that's the backpacker option and the other's the queen option, I'm hearing go for the queen option. You won't regret it. Like, even if it's like, who do I think I am? Kim Kardashian? Like, yeah, like for 3 days, Kim Kardashian every day. This is just 3 days that you're treating yourself for, and you're worth it and you deserve it. So, those are your messages, pill number one, and I hope this reading resonated. Let me know if there are any other readings that you would like to see on my channel in the comments, and I would love to make that for you. Okay, sending all my love. Mwah. Gorgeous. Welcome in pile 2 to your reading concerning becoming that girl, stepping into a new frequency where you're embodying that girl even more than now. Because you might already have started on that journey of becoming that girl. Like you already feel like that girl and you just want to enhance it. You just want that cherry on the top, that extra little bit of energy to help make it even more undeniable and undoubtable that you are in fact that girl. So let's dive into your energy. Like you're really the girl who has it all. Like you've got the career, the relationship, the finances, like the beauty, like you've literally got everything. That's what I'm hearing. But a part of you wants to go within so you can get even more. Like this is what I'm seeing. Like imagine Cardi B, as amazing as she is, was like, you know what? I want to just break through and hit my next level right now. Like I'm going to go on a juice fast. I'm going to work with some spiritual healers. I'm going to do what it takes to get to my next level. And she does that and she goes within and it awakens, say, something new in her sound. Maybe it makes her music even more amazing. Maybe it makes her even more funnier. Because I think spiritual healing always comes with blessings. So it's like on your journey of becoming that girl, it's like there's debris, is that what you say? Like just a little bit of rubble where it's like the tough spots to get because you've got everything handled. But there's a little bit of like, the dust under the sofa, let's call it. And that for you is what becoming that girl would look like, and you know what it would look like after that journey of releasing that last little stuck energies. You know what it is, you know where you'll be afterwards. So you have a clear picture. In the past, you may have been hesitant to take steps forwards because you feel like you have everything. Like sometimes I might see a subliminal and it's like, it's not that I don't want the result of the subliminal, but I'm like, what if listening to this subliminal makes things worse? Like, what if it's saying it's going to make things better, but how do I know? I might not know the creator of the subliminal. What if it removes everything I've built when I wanted to add everything I built? What if they didn't write the affirmations properly? And that may be how you feel. If you address the underlying stuff, Will that shake everything up? You might be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, or have stronger fire in your chart. I'm seeing you like becoming a little bit more wild and free to become that girl. Like, do you know what I love about Beyonce? Well, so many things, but one of them is that she's so like, she'll hit every move perfect. She'll always look flawless. Like every song is like the highest production, da 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 da. But those moments, I think we love her the most when she's looking kind of wild or doing something crazy, because it's like such a contrast. Like, you know, when she wears the black hat and she's like head up and down, and it just looks so tribal, and it's almost like a contrast between like the perfect, like, I don't know, like housewife American dream kind of woman, and a more feral kind of, I don't know if it's dark feminine or just more like tribal wild feminine. And that's when we're like, oh my gosh, like we get her so much. Because I think if she was just one, it wouldn't create that same spark and explosion. Like if she was just feral, you know, it'd be like, oh, she's a bit crazy. But if she was just like poster girl, it'd be like, we need something inspiring, you know? And so I feel like your version, your journey of becoming that girl is maybe getting a little bit wilder. Like, I don't know, walking outside barefoot, like booking something that's more adventurous than you would usually try, going to a restaurant that's more adventurous than you would usually try. Not like I said, you know what this block is, and you can shift it with spiritual healing, but you're worried that that would rock things. But as well as knowing the block, you know who you're going to become after that block. And I think the answer is like more adventurous, maybe more chill or more relaxed. You might be wanting to experiment with different, I don't know, like supplements or something that can change your energy state, or different therapies or nutritions that can help you to feel a certain way. And I think this is something you want as well. And it's like, part of you feels like, okay, I just have to change everything. I said fire sign, I'm also like hearing Virgo. Like, I just have to change everything right now. Rebrand, get the Pinterest board out. But then another part of you is like, oh, I can't be bothered. It's going to be so exhausting. I won't do anything. And you're like, oh, which one should I go for? Like, just in order to become more explorative, like maybe you're having some kind of downloads right now about what this could look like. Maybe you've also had some lingering like emotional pain, where you may take SSRIs or something, or you may speak to a therapist, but it's not quite clearing it completely. Like, you feel grounded, but it's not like, oh, it's gone. So you want to go all the way and clear it completely. And I think your partner wants to go on this journey with you. So if you're going to a more adventurous restaurant, maybe you can go with your partner and make it like a whole date type thing. You know, all these things that you want to do to become that girl, not making it a solo project, making it like a partner project. And maybe even looking into new streams of income, like nothing wild, but say there's something you've always wanted to sell online or on TikTok Shop, maybe on Shopify, getting into maybe online marketing, digital marketing, something like that, where it's like you have a place now to connect with your inner child, but that's still productive and it's still fun. because I'm not sure, some of you may be parents, but I'm seeing that the majority of you here may not be parents, but you low-key want to create that dream family life, like just how you've created your dream life, but you have some fears, and you just feel like you're so mature. Like, you feel like you're like 30. You're not like, 30 acting like an 18-year-old, like you're 30, or whatever age it is that you are. And so you feel like a child would be like, just like kind of immature and silly, and I don't know. That's how you might feel. This is quite a sensitive issue, but this is coming up. That going on this journey of becoming a bit more wild and free and adventurous will help you to reconnect with your inner child and become even more that girl than you already are. So those are your messages. Oh, one more. Yeah, I'm heavily getting like a motherhood kind of vibe. Like you're wanting to go on that next level. And it feels like there is a block, but you're not sure what the block is. But I'm sensing that the block is, just having more fun with life. I want to say like painting, but I think that's even too formulaic. Like maybe going kayaking. Something where it might be messy. Like, or like, I say going barefoot? Swimming in the sea? I don't know. Low-key, I can find it a bit boring to swim in the sea. That's something I've just realized this moment about myself. Like, I low-key do find it, like, it's so beautiful, but I don't know. Anyway, you guys, those are your messages. I hope they're resonating with you, and sending all my love. If you have any requests or videos that you would like to see on my channel, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to make it for you. Okay. Amazing. Welcome in, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading on exactly how you are going to be tapping into your That Girl energy. You're on your spiritual healing journey right now, but you don't feel like it's working. You feel like there might be some kind of negative energy on you that's stopping you from becoming that girl. Like, Muslims believe in jinn, which is like when people say negative things about you, it manifests in demons in your life. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, someone said something negative about me. Is it manifesting? I'm trying to heal, but I'm hearing like my bills aren't still paid after all this manifestation. Am I gonna have to downsize my home? I'm doing all this beauty magic, but I still don't feel confident. I'm doing all this X, but I still don't feel Y. And something I want to say is that it might be that the missing ingredient to what you're doing is you. You're doing it without you. You're doing it without presence. You're doing it without joy. It's like you're doing it as a ghost. So it's like you're saying the affirmations, but you're not feeling it. Or like you're getting dressed, but you're just like, okay, what am I going to put on? But it's like if you were to feel like that girl, the energy you have while getting dressed, I feel like would be like, in comparison, like instead of like, okay, let me get dressed and do makeup, like, oh, what makeup am I gonna do today? Okay, I'm gonna get my crease going. I'll get some music going, put some incense on. Like, that's you, the missing ingredient, landing into the present moment. So that it's not just you doing the thing you're doing, it's all of these, like I'm hearing hundreds of things around it. So right now, you're just, for instance, doing makeup in a rush. But in this version, you're doing your makeup, you've just ordered something online, you've got a podcast going, you're texting your friend whilst you're also playing a subliminal, and at the same time you've got a face mask on, or if you're doing your makeup, you've got a hair mask on. I don't know. You've got something mask on, while at the same time you're doing a spell, while at the same time your tea is brewing, while at the same time, you've got a food delivery coming, while at the same time the video is uploading. Like, do you see what I'm saying? And so it's like you're in the moment and you're like, just feeling my flow. Just feeling good, just feeling zen, just got all this positive energy on me. And so that positive energy is what allows the spell work to work. It's what allows the makeup to cup. It's what allows the thing to do the thing you want it to do. Like, don't get me wrong, the spell's still gonna work. But if you want it to work, it might be you, the missing. And even like the way I'm speaking right now, I'm just feeling a bit fun. And I think, like, I know Gala Darling, she always says, the more fun I have, the more money I make. But for you, it's like the more fun, the more everything I have. The more fun I have, the more everything I have. I don't know. Like, it's not just about money. That's the blessing of you actually, like, enjoying your life because, like, you're young. Well, you're the youngest you're ever going to be again. I had a mic drop moment with that because it's so true. You're never going to be as young as you are this moment ever again. Never, ever, ever again. And so it's like just living life, like being alive. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like you're overloaded with your career. Like, I think you genuinely have the time to, like, with Pile One, it's like they're so busy. And even they're doing more self-care than you. And you have so much time in comparison, but you're not dedicating to it in the same way. Like, you're doing the self-care without the care. Girl, okay. You might have in the past, like in the past, you were more playful than you are now. And it's like, it's so interesting because I think people like misjudge you as well a lot. And it annoys you, like they don't understand who you are for some reason. And I'm wondering why that is. Will we figure that out in the reading? Why are they misjudging you? But like, I was nervous that in the past you were just kind of disconnected from yourself, but actually in the past you were more connected to yourself. Like, there was two sides of you, but compared to now, you were more connected to pleasure, fun, joy, expression. And because you were in that high vibe state, you manifested so much. And it's like, if you light a candle, you were the candle. You were alive, you were a light. Everywhere you go, it was like just twinkling. And then something happened and you didn't have that twinkle anymore. But because of your amazingness and your amazing manifestation powers, you created so much for yourself. Let's say you created a $1 million lifestyle. Now you have $1 million expenses. And you're like, oh, well, I got here, so let me abandon everything I did to get here. You know? All the joy, the magic, the little things that are not productive but made you feel happy. Let me abandon all of that and just tap completely into my masculine, because that's the only way I can sustain this. And that mindset shift made you lose everything. It's kind of ironic and sad because you did it. You shifted into your masculine because you wanted to sustain everything. And maybe it has helped in ways that your soul truly understands as well. Because maybe it's not just always about you becoming that girl. Maybe there were masculine things that needed to be done. But because of, like, not even on a soul level, like on a humanity level, maybe humanity needed you to stop being that girl for a bit and just being your masculine girl. Like, maybe humanity needed that from you. That's what I'm hearing. But it's getting to the point where it's affecting you now. And that's what no one needs. for you to feel bad, for you to feel like you're not yourself, and like you're just like, I'm hearing drowning or like drinking more. Girl. So it's like what I was saying at the start, like this is such a clear reading and it's giving me happiness that the message is coming through so strongly for you. At the start I was saying the more fun you have, the more everything you have. And then immediately after, going into how in the past you were having so much fun, you were at such a high vibration that everything worked out for you, and you had to shift into this boring mindset to keep things going. But what I'm hearing is humanity still isn't ready for you to become that girl. Like there's more work for you to do in your divine masculine, and it's like you're fighting that. You're fighting that because you want to feel like that girl, like the version of you that's that girl that just has total fun. Like she's not productive. Don't get me wrong, like she is productive, but it's like the way that you are now, it's like you're like a machine. And if you were just to, like, oh my god, it's like, imagine the most competent ever, like, masculine CEO guy, and then imagine the most ditzy head, like, slow-brained, like, still wearing colored braces girl, right? And you've got that powerhouse of a CEO wanting to become that ditzy little girl. Like, that's you right now. And I'm sorry if you don't like being masculine, but it's like, for some reason, the world does not need you to become that ditzy little girl that you want to become. The world needs you in that powerhouse CEO energy. But if you can incorporate some of that into your life, you'll feel happier at least. And the universe is so selfish with you. Like, let me give you an example. Like, you know when Beyonce was on tour, and it's like everyone was joking, the Renaissance tour, everyone was joking at the start, like, get to work. Like, Beyonce's finally working. She took 7 years off. Like, it was like she was finally clocking in, right? Finally on tour. And then the tour lasts like 2 years. It's like every night, a new stage, a new this, and new that. Like, she was working. She was working. And yeah, while she was on tour, there was probably moments where she was like, you know, I don't feel like this. I don't feel like going to this rehearsal. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like doing that. But I'm going to do it anyway. But after tour, she can do whatever she likes all the time. And I have a feeling you're on tour right now. And I have a feeling if you wanted to feel more aligned, that's something you should have planned 6 months ago. Because with you, I'm hearing that the things you've done 6 months ago are what help you feel aligned today, right? And you're in your CEO energy, you're looking for that immediate gratification of like power, success. But the things you do now are going to benefit you in 6 months. I don't know if that feels good for you, you know? So it might be like, say that you invest in an expensive skincare product. You might see a small result, but in 6 months' time, you might have the best skin of your life. You see, like, and so that is something that might be hard for you on your journey of becoming that girl, because you want to do something. You want like the BBL. You don't want the 6-month gym routine. Yeah, like let's get into this. Like, if you're struggling to go to the gym, it's because you feel like, how is that going to affect me now? The results of going to the gym will affect you in 6 months. If you did it consistently every day, you can best and believe that they will affect you in 6 months. And then a part of you might feel like, oh, the payoff isn't worth it. Like, I'm trying to make $1 billion by tomorrow. That's my priority. My priority isn't having a bikini body. So why would I go to the gym and become, quote unquote, that girl? And the universe feels the same way. The universe is like, I can have this person do something that will impact 100 people positively, or they can spend that same hour going to the gym, which won't even pay off for 6 months. So the universe is like, I'm gonna make them lose their motivation today to go to the gym because it's the same hour, and I don't see it really helping anyone. The positive of you not being that girl right now is outweighing the positives of you being that girl. So girl, it's like you're too valuable to the universe to become who you want to be. It's like the universe needs your labor so bad. It's like I'm hearing the universe needs your labor maybe 100 times or 1,000 times or 10,000 times more than some of these bitches out here. I mean, everyone needs to labor to work, but the universe needs your energy so much that other girls may be able to take off 4 hours to go to Pilates. For you, that 4 hours could be changing someone's life permanently. So the universe is blocking you from becoming that girl. Which is why you may have noticed you might have plans to go to the gym and something interrupts them. And you're going to have to trick the universe here. You know, you have felt more motivated maybe to do at-home workouts, or if it's going to Pilates, doing at-home Pilates, something like that where you're making it simplified. You felt that motivation. And if you want to become that girl, you're going to have to do what you can from where you are. Like, because the universe needs your energy. Like, your plans will just fall apart. Yeah, you were saying earlier, well, I was saying earlier, you feel like your plans are falling apart. The X isn't Y. And maybe it's because the universe wants you somewhere else as well. The universe wants you in a specific version and frequency of yourself. So the universe is basically saying, don't change anything. But maybe you're spending too much time in like the psychic realms. Because like, oh my gosh, this is a big message, okay? So like you're manifesting so hard from a low vibrational place. And the universe is tricking you. The only reason you're manifesting your goals is because it will help the universe, the journey that you're going to make. And so you're like, why do I not have my manifestation yet? Because if you received your manifestation, you would stop with what you're doing. And if you don't receive your manifestation, you'll keep on, which is what the universe wants you to do. Like, you're honestly going to have to trick the universe. But I'm hearing a message about, if the manifestation isn't working, I don't want to say give up forever, but like if there's a manifestation method that you're doing for 4 hours a day or something, I don't know who does that, but say it is, and you're like, oh, I've been doing this for 60 days, barely any results, I'll try again for 60 more. The universe is saying, like, spend less time doing that thing. And hopefully there's something coming up for you. So that's an extra confirmation. But in the cards, what is that spiritual? It's going to be different for everyone. It's maybe something to do with water, Reiki. Do you know what it is? Like, different methods work for different people. And when you come at something with a certain energy, it's going to work for you. So if you received Reiki once and it really worked for you because you were in a certain energy, so you were like, okay, I'm going to do Reiki every single day, but it's not working every single day. And now you're wasting time when it's not working. And some techniques are best when done weekly, when done monthly, when done yearly, Sometimes if you're doing something every day, it can wipe the benefits from it because you're not coming at it from the same energy. And so, yes, there is a benefit to having a sadhana, a daily spiritual practice. Maybe that's something you can do. If you're like, oh, the X isn't working, take all those things that are not working, and instead of just doing them randomly, make them into a consistent spiritual practice. Put it on your wall and make sure you stay consistent to it, because then it will actually build spiritual energy and it will have no choice but to work. There's something about having options right now. Like, you don't know if you want to have options or not. Let me get more details. You're not sure if you want to withdraw or be out in the world. A part of you wants to become more choosy with your options, and a part of you doesn't want to and just wants to stay where you are. So those are two motivations. And I think it would be good to think about which of those do you actually want to do? Who do you actually want to become? Who is that girl version of you? You can even give her an alter ego and a name and a personality. Is she that girl who stays and builds, or is she that girl who is always taking new chances and new opportunities? Not who have you been, but who do you want to become next? Do you want to be choosy, or do you want to be choosing everything? Because I think a part of you, like, I'm just seeing this duality with you guys, and maybe that's because there's some kind of unhealed trauma as well. You know, where there's, maybe you're in some kind of, I don't know if you would describe yourself as feeling like you have PTSD, even if you haven't received a diagnosis. And you, maybe it would be good to write down the situations where you feel like, oh, you know, I may feel like I could have something similar to PTSD from these situations. So then you know, this is what I'm healing. And you might find situations showing up today that make you feel bad and not related to your manifestation methods. They're related to these original situations. And then by going back and clearing them, things start to work out for you, and you don't have to spend 7 hours manifesting something whose root cause happened 17 years ago of why it's not working out. So you can, instead of spending, like, what I'm hearing is that you might be able to make one shift and get what you want, but right now you might be spending 10 hours here, 20 hours there, trying to get what you want. So if you could spend your energy on something else and then make that one shift, I'm seeing that's more high vibe, but it might be scary, maybe because of financial pressures or something. But I'm just seeing a message of, like, deciding not who you are, but who you want to be. Not who you were, but who you want to be. Like, when a situation arises, you don't have to respond from who you are. Think, who do I want to be in this moment? How do I want to respond to this? How do I want my life to look? This one life that I live where I'm the youngest I'll ever be. I don't know if I said that in this reading or the last reading. I think it was this reading. Girl, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I'm hearing that you're having a love life thing right now, and it's the same thing. Like, I think a relationship right now, if you're single, would, like, just as God doesn't want you to spend 4 hours doing Pilates when you could just spend 10 minutes on your mat, God doesn't want you to spend 6 years on a man when you could, I don't know, do something else. There's something else God wants you to do right now. That's, like, the kind of relationship that would work for God would be like one where it's just simple. Oh, I've met this person, you know, I've known them for a while. Let's see how things go. Let's go on a date every few weeks. I don't know. Oh, when they're in town, they'll come over, something like that. Oh, I know their family, or like just something simple. But you don't want that kind of boring, simple thing. You want something exciting, romantic, you know? And so, but God doesn't want you to drain your time with something romantic and exciting. So now the weekends that you could have spent building the empire that your future generations below you and descendants will be living from, now those weekends are spent on a man. Those evenings that you could spend increasing yourself, making things happen, becoming that billionaire you want to be. Okay, now those evenings are spent on a man. So that's something within you that maybe if you can build this faster, I don't know, by shifting your energy, having more fun, but not too much fun, but having more fun, It's like such a contrasting message. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's so much contrast in here. And you might feel dissociated from your body. Like, like you're floating. There's like the part of you that's in your body, and then there's a part of you that's just not in your body at all. Maybe that's why people are misunderstanding you, because you're not in your body and they're just only able to see your body. So what I'm hearing is you might be communicating, but you're not in your body. And that might be throwing people off because they're used to like people who are so in their body. So it's like, okay, people are misunderstanding you because maybe you made a joke in your head and didn't tell them the joke. And then you expected them to laugh. That's what I'm hearing. I can't go any more into it. That's what I'm hearing. You made a joke in your head and expected someone to laugh. But it's like, maybe because you're not that embodied right now. Not to say you were meant to tell them the joke, but why are you expecting them to laugh if they don't know the joke? Or maybe people don't understand you because they don't know you, but you expect them to know every bit of you. And so they misunderstand you because they don't understand you, because you haven't even introduced yourself. That's what I'm hearing. So let's go into some more energies. Specifically about your career, your business. I'm hearing like everything's fine in your career and your business and your finances, but the light's gone off. Like, it's fine technically. It's like what they say in Love Island, like this on paper. No, I don't watch it. My this on paper. Like, he's perfect on paper. Everything's good on paper. But I feel numb inside. I'm working my dream job. But I can't remember the last time I smiled authentically. You know? I live in my dream house, but I wake up with this dread in the morning. You know, I have my dream life, but am I depressed? I want to cry. Like, this is making me emotional. And if you're feeling that way, I'm really sorry. And I hope that you can, within yourself, feel that light within, but not too much. Because the universe wants you to, I think for your That Girl journey, you want to go outside of yourself for it, you know? Maybe you want to do something outside of yourself to feel like that girl. But the universe would rather you do something from where you are to feel like that girl. I'll just use the same example because it's coming up for your pal too. Maybe it was this pal, but I was saying, I think it was for this pal, like doing your self-care instead of just doing one thing, doing 20 things at once. So instead of just doing your makeup, having subliminal there, having some tea brewing, having a coffee there, you know, texting a friend, listening to a podcast, all at the same time as some incense is going and a spell candle is going and a yoni steamer is brewing, you know, just doing 20 things at once rather than just one thing. And you're sitting there, there's this one thing, like doing 20, but you're still doing that same thing that the universe wants you to do. If it is your makeup, or say that it's the universe wants you to make some slides, and you might just be like in an ADHD hyper focus making those slides because God wants you to produce them quickly. So maybe that's when you can begin to maybe invest in some nice lighting. You know, if God wants you to be so tied down, maybe you can make your space where you work or where you do what you do every day more vibey. Create your dream office setup. Maybe you go on YouTube and type in pink office setups or Pinterest or Amazon, wherever you would go. Romanticizing your life from where you are, because the universe, girl, if you book that nail appointment, it's going to fall through. If you buy the acrylics from Shein or whatever, they're going to arrive. If you book that massage, it's not going to work. But if you do that yoga, it'll take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and you'll feel way better after. You know, if you book that trip that's going to take you 3 weeks off work, you're going to get sick. I'm so sorry. Like, the universe is actually being so mean to you. Like, But if you don't book the trip and instead, do you know what they have? Like, the universe is treating you like a stay-at-home wife from the 1200s. Just cook, clean, make me babies. I don't care about your pleasure, your happiness, your joy. Like, you don't have an identity anymore. That's I saw this saying, like, it used to be like, in barefoot in the winter. Look, I'm trying to be barefoot in the winter, but anyway, the idea was that, like, if a woman was barefoot in the winter, and barefoot and pregnant in the winter, she couldn't leave or something. Like, she couldn't leave the house, and if she didn't have any shoes, she couldn't go anywhere in the winter. I don't know. Like, that's how the universe has you right now. And some people are like, oh my God, that's so disrespectful to women. And that's how you feel. You're the woman. You're like, this is so disrespectful to me. I don't want to be barefoot and pregnant in the winter. Like, I want to be outside twerking on a yacht in the summer. The fuck? But your kids are at home, girl. I'm sorry, you've got kids to raise. You can't go. Like, think about a mum. A mum can't just drop everything and go twerking. I mean, maybe some mums can. I think that's the kind of mum I'm trying to be. But, compared to an average girl, a mum can't just do that, And so God is putting you in this position, maybe to prepare you for motherhood, maybe because you've got some kind of grand destiny. Maybe in 10 years' time, you'll be able to twerk on that yacht, girl. But not now. You can put on a playlist for now, Like, you can watch a travel vlog while you work for now. I feel so bad, but, like, that's your journey. Because if you go on that journey of becoming that girl, by being who you actually want to be, the universe is going to block it. Because I already said this. Other girls you're built different. Other girls can waste time on a yacht. I don't want to say it's a waste of time. But then a part of you might be like, oh my God, if I went on a yacht, what would I do? I'd be so bored. Exactly. But maybe in 10 years, if you went on a yacht, you'd maybe have a family and you'd want to be there more. And your family will be benefiting rather than just you on the yacht. Because, like I say, you're so valuable. That your time is so valuable right now. But if it's like 10 of you on the yacht, then that's like a family experience or something. I'm just feeling, I don't know if you hate this message. Girl, if you want to quit everything you're building, you can go on that yacht. That's what the universe wants to say. You have the option, but you ain't gonna take it. You need this path. You know it. You're not gonna take that option. Okay, let's go into the first step. Maybe there's a way you can incorporate more sunshine, like working outdoors, going outdoors, but like on a short walk. Maybe right now going outdoors feels like a big hurdle, like, oh my God, it's gonna take 6 hours. And that's why the universe is like putting blocks on things. But if you were just like, okay, I'm just gonna go on a 5-minute walk around the block, something like that. And then maybe you just do that every day. Yeah, like, I think I said this to Pal too, but finding like smaller versions of what it is that you want to do and doing that. Maybe it was Pal 1. Finding smaller versions of what you want to do that you can do from where you are that take less time to become that girl. Because, yeah, after you do go on that walk, you might feel like, oh, I wish I could just like take a day off and go on a long walk, a long walk. But you've got time, but it's just, you've got time, but you don't have time because the universe is using you, like literally just using you. So let's go into final messages from your future self, because something I want to say is, like, I don't think this period where you're blocked from being that girl is permanent. You might feel like it's an identity thing, like it's a whole life thing. Like, oh my God, I'm never going to be that girl because right now I don't feel like that girl. Like, imagine Steve Jobs was a baddie. He would never have invented Facebook. wait. I meant Mark Zuckerberg. Imagine he was a baddie. We wouldn't have no Facebook, girl. He'd be too busy, like, being his face and, like, getting a pedicure. Let's be real. So the universe is saying this is not a long-term thing. If you want to become that girl right now, you're that CEO. You can become that CEO more than you can become that girl. And then once you've become that CEO, number one, it'll be easier to be that girl. You'll want to become that girl more. Like, it'll just be, it's like you're in an era. And you're about to enter your that girl era, but not so fast, please. Because if you enter your that girl era, I'm hearing people are going to die and starve, girl. We need you on the field right now. I don't know what. Are you a paramedic? Are you an author? Because if you're an author right now, you're writing a book that no one is saying congratulations to. But in 20 years, people are going to read that book and it's going to save them from suicide. Like that kind of transformation. You know? You're doing something right now and people aren't seeing you. But you've got time. And they're going to see you once it pays off. And it's going to have the effect that you want for it to have. And if you become that girl, become that baddie right now, firstly, I don't know if you can afford it. Because you manifested $1 million lifestyle from your positive energy in the past. Then you switched into your masculine because you had to as well. Like it was all part of the plan. Like I said at the start, this reading is just coming together. It's like I feel like we must have spoken before, whether it was on Instagram or something, because this reading is just like from the start to the finish, it's just so consistent. And it's like you switched into your masculine, like it's telling a story, like a whole ass story. You switched into your masculine because you had to, on a soul level, and for your humanity, and because you were scared that you couldn't hold your blessings. That caused your blessings to fall. The universe was like, finally, now we can have her working 12 hours a day trying to manifest her dreams, which will have all of these positive impacts for the next 100 years. So if you want to become that girl, order the candle, you know? Do everything from home is what I'm hearing. Because that's how it's going to be able to work for you. And also, maybe don't feel so bad about upgrading certain things, knowing that you're literally being blocked right now from things that are basic self-care, things that other people are able to do, things that would help your mental health. Yes, you may have to invest more. You're writing the next New York bestseller. You can't be running on low energy feeling groggy, girl, as if you worked at Tesco or Asda. You know, Beyonce can't have the same diet as a school teacher when she's performing. She's needing to eat the nutrients that make her skin glow, that do this, do that. Maybe it's costing thousands a day, whereas someone else could survive on, less than 10 a day. And that's also why you can't become that girl right now, because you're just too expensive for yourself. Like, you're meant to be that version of yourself you were in the past. But you've switched so much to your masculine, it's almost impossible to get back there. But by doing these small things in your day to tap into your feminine, it will naturally replenish your positive energy, and then you can make the shift totally once you've hit your goals. Or maybe there'll be two shifts, one slightly before you hit your goals, when you've got when you feel good, because right now you don't feel good, girl. So when you feel good and you're in your masculine, then you can start to shift into your feminine. That's such a beautiful message. So just do things where you are from here to start to feel good. Once you're there, you can shift into your feminine. Maybe work less. And do what you used to do that gave you this $1 million lifestyle that you have now. Not working like a robot, working like a divinely paid goddess starseed from 2021, Those goals were crazy. Yes, this is my package, 4 calls a month for 10K. Okay, but they're paid. Somehow the clients are flocking. Something's working. Something's working. Don't get me wrong, it's not your ideal, it's not my ideal, but something was working. So it's that's where you'll be once you make that shift, but you almost don't want to be there. And that's what I'm saying. The universe doesn't want you to do that shit. The universe would rather you do it the way you're doing now, from kind of struggle, girl. The universe is tired of those girls who just have everything and give nothing. The universe wants you to have nothing and give everything, and then reap the rewards even more later in life. So just know, this stage of not being that girl, compared to your past, compared to your future, okay? It's not you. It's not who you are, girl. You know who you are. You know you're a baddie. And just allow yourself to feel better now. Allow yourself to eventually, girl, the universe doesn't want you to, but eventually shifts into your feminine. Oh, I just made 100K from doing nothing. That's what you want to be. Why would the universe want you to be there? I don't know. Because if you make 100K from doing nothing, why would you do everything for the price you're currently doing it? You know what I'm saying? But I think if you get super tired or something, or you just raise your vibration, something will have to fall into place. But I'm just saying, the universe has resistance towards giving you that. And so I'm not going to pull any more cards, but think, after this reading, how can I trick the universe into wanting to, based on everything I've just heard, if this resonates, how can I trick the universe into wanting to bless me regardless? If the universe doesn't want to bless me because my blessings will mean I don't show up the same, how can I hack that? I think that's important, girl. Because if you can hack that and you can just get everything you want. Anyway, I love this reading. Hope you have too. And if you have any requests, let me know in the description. Sending all my love.